Hey, what is going on, you guys? Welcome back to another brand new video on my YouTube channel. I hope you guys are having a great day as always, and in today's video we're bringing something back from the past, and that is another Dell XPS 15 video. It's been so long since I've talked about this. I'm super excited and I hope you guys are. In fact, there are probably a lot of you guys that found out about my channel from those XPS videos that I used to make maybe 2 years ago. So it's been about a year since I talked about the XPS, and I'm back to talk about the XPS. So it's a pretty special day today. So without wasting any more time, let's begin with the video. So here's the thing. I've owned the Dell XPS 15 9560 almost when it came out, like right when it came out. That's when I made the switch from my Dell 7567, and that's when I jumped ship to the XPS series. And I've had a rough start with the XPS series because the 9560 that I had was quite problematic. I had a lot of issues, burnt a lot of things, had to change out RAM, switch the motherboard. It was literally like a junkyard laptop because I had to call warranty every time I would burn something and they would have to replace it. And thank God I had the on-site warranty, so they would just send out a technician and get it replaced, but still it was quite a bit of a pain owning the 9560. Now I'm happy to say that I no longer have that 9560. In fact, I have the Dell XPS 7590. Now, if you guys know a lot about the XPS series, you know that that was not the generation that came after the 9560. The generation after the 9560 was the 9570, and that's the generation that had the GTX 1050 Ti, which I avoided. I didn't get it because, quite honestly, I made a few videos on it, maybe 2 or 3 videos, and I've talked about how so boring of an upgrade it is. Like, there was literally nothing innovative about the 9570, so I didn't want to upgrade there. The 7590, which I have right now, is pretty decent because it has a GTX 1650, which I think is awesome, and now the webcam is up on the top instead of being on the bottom near the chin. So in my opinion, that's pretty decent of an upgrade for me to switch over, right? So I went from the 9560 to the 7590, which I have right now. Now, the 2020 XPS just came out. I know a lot of people are making videos about it. Tech Chat, even Dave2D made 2 videos on it. And now there's like a whole new swarm of YouTubers talking about the XPS 15. I remember back then it was just me and Tallyho Tech, or he used to go by Western Gents Digital. We were literally the only YouTubers making videos about the XPS. So shout out to the community for growing a lot since then to now, and there's a lot more XPS users now. So that's good because the more users there are, the more they're going to improve the product, which I think is part of the reason why the 9500, the 2020 version, is so heavily redesigned. Okay, so literally the reasons why I decided to make the purchase of the 9500 was because of two things that I used to envy so much about the MacBook. The first being that we now finally have one of the biggest Windows precision touchpads. It's not as big as the MacBook as I saw from other reviewers, but people have said that it feels like the MacBook touchpad because it's still taking up a lot of real estate on the front of your laptop or the top of your laptop, or whatever you want to call it, right? It's still, I guess, the biggest touchpad or MacBook kind of size touchpad you can get on a Windows laptop, which is quite a lot, to be honest, because Windows laptops have small touchpads. The second reason was the front-facing speakers. So if you guys remember, I had the Dell gaming laptop, the Inspiron 7567, which actually had a subwoofer. So, or I think it was a subwoofer or whatever it was called. But basically, there was really good bass in it and it just sounded really nice, okay? But the problem with the XPS is it always had tinny audio, but people never really complained about it because a lot of us use headphones. But finally, this time, we got front-facing speakers, and the reason why I'm happy about this is because this was something that people used to make fun of about the XPS and used to put the MacBook up on a pedestal for being one of the only laptops that have a front-facing speaker. And now that the XPS is also one of those laptops with a front-facing speaker, it really makes the decision between a MacBook and an XPS really, really hard to make. So shout out to Dell for making those changes. And I guess the other change is the camera is on the top. Well, we already had that on the 7590, so that's not a big deal. Or the 7590, right? Yeah, 7590. Keep forgetting because the naming is just crazy. They should have just stuck to your, like, the 2016, 2017, 2018, 2019, and 2020 models, kind of like how the Mac does it, instead of making weird model numbers. It confuses me sometimes. But anyways, I made the switch And ever since my 9560, I've literally had the same specifications with slight changes, obviously, with every year. So I've always had the 16 gigs of RAM. That's the same thing that I got with a new laptop. I've always had my 4K screen with the touch IPS panel, which is what I had from 9560 and which I ordered for my 9500 as well. It's the most expensive option, I believe, but I had to stick with my usual specs because I didn't want to feel like it was a downgrade. And then I always just get the i7 model, so that's what I did with the 9500 as well. So it's going to be the i7 9th gen, and yeah, that's about it. I mean, the GPU's new. Now we have the 1650 Ti, which is, you know, uncontrollable. It's not like I can choose a different GPU, but everything seems the same. But it's a newer laptop, new redesign, and what I'm most happy about is now that there's a lot of XPS users, hopefully we'll get better driver updates, faster driver updates, and better support overall from the XPS tech team. But yeah, just wanted to make this quick video letting you guys know about the newest purchase that I just made. Once I do get my 9500, they emailed me today saying that some parts are on back order. I'll try to put an email up on the screen for you guys. But some parts are on back order, so it's gonna take a little longer to get here, but I think I'll have it in like another week or two. But once I do have it, I'm gonna do an unboxing, a review. I'm gonna compare it with the 2019 model that I have right here, and there's gonna be a whole lot of content that I'm gonna bring to you guys, and hopefully you guys are excited. If you guys are, make sure you drop a like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on post notifications to be notified whenever I release future content. And that has been it for today's video. Thank you so much for tuning in. This is your boy Tech Alpha signing out. Peace out.